This is definitely the biggest snake I've ever seen. Thanks to its length of 100 meters, it can engulf an elephant in one bite, making it an apex predator. If you eat a piece of its meat, you are guaranteed to live forever. The film begins on an isolated island where a group of soldiers are walking through the jungle looking for something. After hearing a strange noise, the leader tells the group to stop. They prepare their weapons to fire. The chief then orders some of his men to check the forest. One of them quickly runs away in fear when a giant snake chases after him. All the soldiers are shocked. They stare at the giant snake, which continues to eat their friend. The action shifts to an elementary school, where a biology teacher named Lynchy is teaching his students about the fossilized Titanoboa snake, found in Colombia. He explains that the Titanoboa is the largest snake discovered till date. However, most class members seem confused by this lesson. As Lynchy explains the food chain process, he shows the students a snake eating a mouse. The students scream in fear. Because of this class, Lynchy is fired for teaching inappropriate things to students. Lynchy then returns to his modest home and welcomes his only daughter, Bei Bei, who is also suffering from cancer. A wealthy businessman named Chi Tang and his assistant come to visit Lynchy. They learned of Lynchy's reputation as an outstanding biologist. Chi Tang is interested in Lynchy's encyclopedia of prehistoric animals. He is particularly interested in Lynchy's chapter on blood-sucking begonias, also known as the fruit of life. Lynchy reveals that he was simply speculating about the existence of blood-sucking begonia and that he has no proof. However, Chi Tang's assistant tells Lynchy that they have discovered that the fruit exists on the uninhabited Resurrection Island. Since they found that the fruit can effectively prevent cancer cells from dividing, Chi Tang suggests that Lynchy work with them. If you agree, you will be able to save your daughter's life and earn a large amount of money. Lynchy accepts the offer and becomes the leader in his quest to find the fruit of life. The next day, they board a ship and set sail for Resurrection Island. While on board, the assistant introduces Lynchy to the fight team leader. At this point, Chi Tang's esophageal cancer is revealed. Lynchy also meets Lan Ruo, a doctor from the Cancer Research Institute, as well as a geologist named CK. Lynchy tries to get close to Lan Ruo, who turns out to be his ex-girlfriend from when he was younger. Not long after these introductions, the ship encounters a very thick fog. CK informs you who will reach Resurrection Island after passing through this fog. Things get worse when a ferocious piranha pops out of nowhere and flies towards their ship. The ferocious fish bites one of the crew members, seriously injuring him. Soon after, a whole swarm of piranhas attack his ship. The fight team members try to shoot the fish, but are still overwhelmed. The piranhas keep coming and some of the passengers are killed. During the chaos, Lynchy manages to save Lan Ruo from being attacked. However, a piranha bites CK as he tries to run to the cabin to hide. Once inside, CK is rescued by one of his friends, who eventually catches the fish with an iron bucket. When they check the bucket, the piranha ran away and suddenly bites CK's friend's ring finger. In response, another crew member throws a knife at the fish, killing it just before the fish bites CK in the face. Meanwhile, Lynchy and Lan Ruo are still out trying to escape the piranha swarm. Lynchy lures the ferocious fish with a blood-stained cloth. Eventually, he and Lan Ruo make it to safety in another room. However, the piranhas keep chasing them. Lynchy uses a board to block the room window. After hiding inside for a while, the surviving crew make it through the fog, learning that the attack is finally over. Lynchy states that these fish should only attack during their spawning period or when under attack. Meanwhile, the shadow of a long snake-like creature can be seen in the water. When their ship suddenly stops, Chi Tang goes down and calls the captain, who informs them that the ship's engine needs maintenance. As a result, they are forced to travel overland from this point. Chi Tang asks one of the crew members how long it takes for the begonias to flower and produce fruit. He replies that they have 5 days, at most, according to his previous data. However, Lynchy, who is taking water samples in the area, believes the begonias will flower within 2 days at the latest. He claims that the thick fog he passes through has changed the climate. Shortly thereafter, another crew member tells Chi Tang that the captain needs at least 3 days to repair the ship. Despite Lynchy's protests, the fight team leader decides to proceed through the forest as this is the fastest way to reach the fruit. The captain and several crew members are left on board to repair the ship. While making repairs to the rear of the vessel, a crew member finds a dead fish on the surface of the water. He plays a prank on his friend by pretending to be missing. Soon after, however, he sees the shadow of a long snake-like creature in the water. A large snake rears up and pounces on him. Another crew member hears the noise. When he checks the rear of the ship, he finds the corpse of his friend. At that moment, the big snake also pounced on him. The film cuts back to the team now moving further into the woods. They find a strange fruit and CK wants to eat it. However, Lynchy stops him and explains that the fruit, known as Little Forest Bomb, can easily explode. Lynchy throws the fruit to the ground, causing a small explosion. The team continues, but eventually stops to rest. At that moment, Lan Ruo is startled by a small snake that appears behind her. One of them catches it and happily eats the snake. Suddenly, a large snake appears behind the man and immediately devours him. The fight team tries to shoot the snake, but their efforts are in vain. The big serpent chases them, one by one. Everyone tries to escape, but the snake chases CK. Seeing this, a woman named Ao Shi immediately stabs the big snake with a dagger. This doesn't kill the snake, but rather makes it angry. The great snake now focuses its attention on Ao Shi. Lynchy saves her by placing a stick in the snake's mouth and stunning it. As the battle team continues to shoot at it, the big snake targets Lan Ruo, who is alone. Just as the snake is about to pounce on Lan Ruo, Lynchy manages to save it a second time. At the same time, the leader of the combat team throws a grenade into the snake's mouth, finally killing him. Moments later, the team finds several snake eggs in the area. Lynchy explains that some types of snakes strongly guard their territory, but still shoot the eggs, just to be safe. After the team leaves the area, it is revealed that the snake eggs they just shot belong to a giant snake that is much bigger than the snake they just killed. After traveling some more, the team builds a camp in the middle of the forest. Ao Shi seems to be interested in Lynchy after he saves her life. However, Lynchy is only interested in Lan Ruo. Lynchy tells Lan Ruo that Bei's mother died of bone cancer shortly after giving birth to his daughter. Doctors said the cancer cells were transmitted to Bei. He explains that saving her life is his motivation to work with Chi Teng. Lynchy leads Lan Ruo to the riverside, where they see many fireflies. He tells her that fireflies went extinct over 10,000 years ago. Suddenly, an alarm goes off nearby and the two rush back to camp. As the battle team readies with weapons, CK appears from behind the grass and says it was just him taking the crap. The next morning, the party continues in the forest. The fight team leader feels something in front of them. This turns out to be their captain. The frightened captain tells the team that he wants to get out of this place as soon as possible because his whole crew has been attacked by a giant snake. However, Chi Teng claims he killed the giant snake and insists on continuing his mission. If they don't finish their research, no one will get any money. Moments later, the team is attacked by bloody vines. Lynchy knows that this plant has a limited range of movement and tells the others to run away quickly. The captain is trapped by the strange plant. Before dying, he gives the others a letter and asks them to give it to his son. Lynchy was also trapped by the strange plant, but this time Ao Shi saves him and stabs him with a knife. After escaping the bloody vines attack, one of the team members says he wants to go home. Louis is immediately killed by Chi Teng. An angry Chi Teng says that whoever leaves this place will not receive any money. But whoever continues the mission will receive triple. Lynchy tries to calm the group down, saying that if they are to get to safety, everyone must listen to his words. While going deeper into the forest, the team comes across many small forest bombs, as well as a large snakeskin. Lynchy states that the path they are on is not a natural path, but rather one that the giant snake created with his body. When they find a bear carcass, Lynchy quickly tells them to find a new path. Sometime later, the begonia detects beeping, indicating that they are very close to the fruit of life. After passing the mountain near them, the team finds a blood-sucking begonia blooming on a rock. Chi Teng orders one of the men to get the fruit of life. As he moves to do so, a giant snake appears from behind the rock and devours it. When the fight team leader orders his team to shoot the snake, Chi Teng tells them to stop as they might hit the life fruit. The giant snake starts attacking the team, slowly eating them, one by one. While the fight team is busy fighting the giant snake, Chi Teng aims his gun at Lynchy and forces him to take begonia. Chi Teng says the fruit is his last hope for life. Lynchy climbs the rock to get the fruit, but falls in the process. The foreman is left alone to fight the giant snake. Cut the snake's stomach. But that doesn't kill him. Eventually, the foreman attempts to kill the snake by sacrificing himself. He removes the pin from a grenade he's holding and allows the snake to swallow it. The serpent is struck down. The surviving team quickly sees the opportunity to escape, with the fruit of life in Chi Teng's hands. Unfortunately, Chi Tang's assistant falls during his escape. Chi Tang sacrifices it to the snake that has caught up with them. CK makes it difficult for him to escape when his bag gets stuck on a tree branch. Lin Chi helps him untangle his purse. The team finally makes it out of the forest, but the giant snake still chases them. Right now, Chi Tang is getting tired and his running slows down. He calls Lan Ruo to help him, but as she approaches, he shoots her in the leg to feed the giant snake. Lin Chi furiously punches Chi Tang in the face and helps Lan Ruo, just as the giant snake comes up behind the two. Surprisingly, he heads towards Chi Tang, who tries to escape while the others stand still. The snake then coils around Chi Tang's body and squeezes him before eating him alive. Meanwhile, Lin Chi picks up the fallen begonia and gives it to the others, saying it will distract the snake to give them time to escape. He then lures the giant snake into the forest and runs towards the path full of small forest bombs. Lin Chi snatches one of the bombs and throws it at the giant snake, but misses. Unexpectedly, Ao Shi, who has apparently survived the previous attack, comes out of nowhere and throws a bomb at the giant snake. However, she is killed in the explosion along with the giant snake. As the others see the explosion, Lin Chi emerges from the forest and returns to them. The 4 survivors finally leave the island safely, holding the begonia.